Hi, I'm Andrea Ruth. Today, my guest is Dwaine Hartman. And Dwaine, I want to thank you for joining us at this beautiful summit. So, how are you doing today?
I'm good, and thank you for inviting me. Um,
Glad to have you. I'm so happy because, I've actually had a personal experience with you as a holistic professional and one-on-one, and I can attest that you definitely know your stuff, you know what you're doing, and it helped me a tremendous amount. So let me formally introduce you. Dwayne Hartman, what he's done with his life is dedicated to with immense passion to the freedom and empowerment of the human spirit, assisting people through trance alchemy to dehypnotize themselves and to step into their own divine power. And that's what you actually helped me do is step into my own divine power. And I really appreciate that. So I'd like you to explain a little bit more about your qualifications and how you're able to help people do that.
well, in the I, I started out as a hypnotherapist. I took training as a hypnotherapist, and what happened through the process of working with people with hypnotherapy was there was this uh, shift that was happening with the way that I seen things working, how they were working, and I needed to shift it back into self-empowerment that people, uh, because I had a, a before becoming a hypnotherapist, I had a long-term uh, realization that humans were really gods in their own right, and they were being suppressed. Um, and so when I went into hypnotherapy to begin with, I followed, what you were supposed to do, but then this kept crouching in that I had to shift it. So I went from being a hypnotherapist and then developing my own style, which was called the Hartman approach to hypnotherapy, and then from there it's branched out now into trance alchemy, which is a little different in itself. It's a really quick way of coming back into your own power and recognizing that you're your own healer. And that's the way it's always really been. I don't heal anybody, but they heal themselves by understanding themselves more, right?
Right,
So
right.
those are my qualifications as a hypnotherapist, uh, starting out and then moving in and developing uh, these other branches from it.
And that was why I was attracted to the method that you use is helping people step into their own power and for them to heal themselves. Because as a
Yes.
holistic practitioner myself, I completely believe that that is where the healing is. We're just the facilitator. We do have the knowledge, we do have the wisdom, but really it's up to the individual, to take that and to use it for their own. So,
When they come to have some work done, if they don't bring themselves to the table, it's not going to work, right? If they don't have vested interest in transcending something, right? As
right.
I That was the thing that I found as a hypnotherapist. It seemed like people just wanted to sit in my chair and just say, "Okay, fix me," and I'm like, "Well, without your vested interest, I'm wanting to go there, nothing can be done, really, right?"
Right.
And so it takes that uh, that enthusiasm from the person to want to go from point A to point B, right?
Right. So
Yeah.
that's what I'd like to discuss with you today is really how do we get people to stand in their own power, raise their vibrational frequency to a quantum level. Um, and that's exactly what you're doing. So how do we open our heart to a higher quantum vibe through what you're providing?
Now, this is probably why one of the main reasons that I started to work on dehypnotizing rather than hypnosis with people is because people are already hypnotized. They're already hypnotized to limitation, to the lack, to all that. They get that bombardment everywhere. I think you agree with me. You've shut off the TV a long time ago so that you don't get that constant feed in that this is the way you're supposed to live, this is who you're supposed to be. You know, there is this programming going on, and when people realize, oh my gosh, I can step out of this. Like, you know, I know that I am more than this. When they start answering that, because people seem to have that inside of them. I know that I'm more than this. You know, I feel it. That's what we start to tap into in that, because that is the voice from the past. That's the, you know, the voice from deep inside of us that we had when we were just a little wee one, right? We came in here knowing what we were supposed to do, knew our mission, and, you know, we just need somebody to see us and recognize that and be accepting of that to help them come out, right?
Right.
Did I answer your question, or did I get off on a tangent?
Well, no, you know, as far as your technique, you know, when you are telling them to stand within their own power, what do you mean by that?
Well, there is, in this hypnosis that's went on, they've hypnotized people to put a societal mask on, this mask of acceptance through society. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, nobody's ever found that. You can look everywhere, and that acceptance isn't there. You can wear the mask all you want, but so it's almost like they're dangling the carrots out in front of you, saying if you wear this type of gene, if you have this designer thing, if you do this and this and this, you'll finally get this acceptance, which never happens. I mean, if you want the thing, buy it because you like it, but do it for the purpose of getting societal acceptance, you won't get it. So what I have people do is reach out and just grab those carrots that's dangling in front of them and put them back in here where they belong. They are unconditional love and unconditional acceptance of self. And that's the starting point of realizing that you've stopped the game out there and you're bringing it back into yourself, that you can accept yourself and you can love yourself, right? You can, yeah. Does that make?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I believe that the key to life is tapping into that love. And, you know, I know you've spoken about the goddess within, the God within, bringing that forth so that you can step into your power. So, mm-hmm. You know, that's what I appreciate about your work on that.
The mask is what keeps us at a young age. We've taken that goddess that we are and basically buried it because it wasn't socially acceptable to talk about it. It wasn't socially acceptable to talk about the gifts that you were experiencing, the magic that you were experiencing. You see, that was, you know, a lot of people were told, if you keep talking like that, you're going to get locked up, right?
Right.
And so we start getting scared and putting that in a box and hiding it away, but yet it's the most valuable part of us. It's our connection to the cosmos. It's our connection to Mother Earth. It's our connection to all things. Right. And it is a very magical consciousness. So by putting the mask on and denying this part, right, mm-hmm. This is where it ends up, what we see in the world today. We take the mask off and we come back into our heart and we come back into the truth. And there's a healing that happens. And each person can do this individually and do this. You know, it's not a group thing that you do. Really, it's just an individual choice. That's why it's a sovereign individual choice to do this, right? And to be that magic in the world again, right?
Right. Right. And, you know, the type of work that you do, I've seen how easy and simple it is. You've made it that way so that people can do that. So I want to get your take on your philosophy on, you know, taking another angle of this on new space age leading to ascension. How can you tie this in with your work?
Okay, so from what I have felt and seen is that there is an ascension taking place, and it's happening on a cosmic level. It's happening everywhere. And so this ascension that's taking place, we want to be part of that, right? Rather than, and there are those that want to stay the same and don't want to change, right? And those, well, we really, if it is within your free will to ascend and you want to do that, you have every right to do it. So on a cosmic level, and cosmic beings are assisting in that process for us to get to that point where we ascend, because our ascension is important to them too, because once we get higher, we realize we are connected. And what we do here happens in other worlds, right? I heard it years and years ago. If you spin an atom here, thousands of atoms and trillions of atoms spin in other places. You stop it, they all stop. And this is what's happening on a cosmic level as well, is that our vibration, by it not ascending, is also inhibiting other worlds to some degree. And so that's what the concern or the desire to assist us to shift our vibration is about.
So
on a cosmic.
Sorry. So you're essentially, what you're doing is you are assisting the ascension of the planet by helping each individual tap into their own innate potential to step forth into their own God power, goddess power, God power, and then that lifts everybody else up along the way.
Because like what we've heard many times about consciousness, and how when you do something in consciousness, like 3D consciousness here, like when you went into your goddess consciousness, okay,
right,
that went out and affected other people, that give them the permission to do it too, in your area, in even around the world. It's like the more of us that are doing it, the more we're coming back into our own power. And our own power is the fact that this is your game, your rules, right? And no one has the right, seen or unseen, above, below you, or inside or out. No one has the right to interfere with your sacred experience with source energy. It's your own, right? That's how techniques that are carbon copy, basically techniques, don't seem to work, because you need to dig a little deeper and find out the person's own technique for getting there, including their technique in the process, because they have had a sacred relationship with source energy since the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, so on a cosmic level, we're ascending. They're assisting. There's a reason for it. Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit more about that. I mean, I've heard and I've been studying about this, that there are, and this has been occurring. We've got the starseed children, we've got the indigo children, and there's also starseed adults, indigo adults, but there's all different types of brandings on people that have been coming and being born into this earth over the past millennia, or I don't know how many ages.
Yes.
But they're here, they're being born here to raise the vibrational frequency of the planet. What is your take on this? What's your take on Earthborn extraterrestrials from other stars sent here to raise the frequency to help us ascend?
Well, like yourself, I have worked with hundreds, thousands of people in a year, and it's all that same thing. It all ends up being that same thing. They're coming here. Sometimes I feel like I'm just the welcoming crew. Hi, yeah, you're from, yeah, good, all right, get on your mission now, and away they go. And it's like a confirmation that needs to happen. In fact, we look for that with our parents when we first come in, is to them to recognize us, and they go, wow, look at this little light being coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what you're going to teach me, right? But we don't. We've got this other masked thing going on, where children are supposed to be this little, insignificant, right? They don't know what they're talking about and all this. Whereas we have to flip that, and in ourselves too, there's a part of us that needs to that recognition. Now, like I'm saying to you, is that there are thousands coming in, millions coming in, that are coming in from other worlds, that are bringing their vibration with them. Nothing more than that. Even some work with other people, some don't. Some just sit with their vibration and just emanate their vibration, right? Which changes the consciousness on the planet. It infiltrates the consciousness and changes our thought patterns. And so it's they're essential in this shifting that's happening on a galactic, that galactic level, is to infiltrate and to come in and just raise the vibration, because we got very dank. I mean, we went into a very dark place here, and and it is affecting other worlds, and they were warned of this, that this would happen. And so now here it is, they're coming in. That was the only way that they could do it. They tried to talk to him before and say, hey, we got to change things, and they just went, really? And they wouldn't listen. And so this is taking place now, right? And so my view is that, yes, I see it every day. Every day people are coming in and sharing what they came in with from birth and what their mission is. And do you want to see a life straighten out quickly? Is when they step into their passion and they start being and doing what they came in here to do. And all of a sudden it just clears right up. I've seen little children so riddled with anxiety, right? And it's funny working with children because they're a lot more connected than the adults ever are. And very little needs to be said. And I remember this one young boy, I just asked him, I said, so where are you from? And he was riddled with anxiety. Where are you from? And he told me his house address. And I said, no, where are you from? And then all of a sudden he just went poof. And then there was this telepathic communication was happening. And it was just a plethora of information. And I'm just holding on. And I says, could you do me a favor? Could you turn to Mother and share with Mother where you're from? And so she did the same thing. And as soon as it hit Mother, her tears just started to roll because he felt it. And I said to her at that moment, you see, he's here to teach you, right?
Wow.
And she just went. And so what happened to the little boy? Well, the little boy lost all of his anxiety, because the anxiety is that he's off his mission. He's learning these other things, trying to put a mask on, societal expectations, all that, and he's getting anxious because he's here to do something, right?
Right.
And so then, boom, there goes the anxiety, and then he's just happy,
That's incredible that, you're being able to have those types of people come to you and for you to open them up. And, it changes the whole dynamic of the whole family as well, and everybody around them. So, kudos to you, Dwaine, for doing the type of work that you do. And, although this is a short interview today, there's a lot of information that came in here really quick. So I want to thank you for that. And I want you to tell us what's coming up for you in the future, where you can invite people if they're interested in finding out more about you.
They can always come to DwaineHartman.com and find out what's going on. In the month of August, we're going to be going to Greece and having a live workshop in Greece, in Athens, Greece. Ooh. And that'll be at the Congo Palace Hotel on August 12th and 13th. And they can join me there. There we're going to raise the vibration again, coming in as a group and having the group feel of what we call feel the magic. And it's stepping back into your true nature, right? Is what we're doing. Stepping back into that true nature and doing some healing work, fast healing work, and being able to free yourself to resonate in this energy. Okay. And then that spreads, right?
That sounds exciting, and in Greece too. Wow, you're all
Oh,
over.
right. Yeah, right amongst the pillars, you know?
Yeah. Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
so exciting.
It
Well,
is.
thank you so
Thank you.
much for, doing this interview and sharing with people that there are so many different ways that they can raise their quantum vibration, and that you're available to help them do that. So below the link here on the video is going to be a free gift from Dwaine Hartman. So you can just click on that. And then also his website will be there so you can get in contact with him. And again, Dwaine, thank you so much. It's been great seeing you again. And much love to you.
It's good to see you again, and thank you very much.